He doesn't know who he really is, yeah, and as a result of which his suffering never really ends. Hey everyone, I hope everyone is doing good and taking good care of themselves. So today I'm going to talk about different problems faced by the sons who are raised by narcissistic mothers. And before I get going, I would request you all to like, share, subscribe the channel, hit the notification bell so you guys are updated whenever we put out a new content. So sons are like prized possession for these narcissistic mothers, yeah. Sons are like pseudo husbands. Sons are like the magic wand, yeah, with the help of which she can harvest anything. She can get whatever she wants, yeah. If she was not given that emotional support or reassurance by her partner, she's going to train the son to give her all of that. If she was not treated like a queen, she's going to train the son to treat her like a queen, to prioritize her, yeah, and make her the center of the universe. So narcissistic mothers are very entitled women, and it's all about them. She fails to see their children as separate individual, as someone who's here to do things their way. She fails to see them that way. She sees her children as supply sources which she has created, and their only job in this life is to serve her, yeah. Get her whatever she wants, that's it. They cannot have a life of their own. They cannot enjoy with their family. They cannot do things their way. Everything should circle around her, and that's it. She should be treated like a queen, like a goddess, and that's it, yeah. The son should be 100% dedicated and loyal and devoted. The daughter should be 100% loyal, dedicated and devoted to her, yeah. And all of them should be just there, ready to serve her with whatever she desires and wants. So narcissistic mothers are very toxic. Narcissistic mothers are horrible as wives as well, yeah. They are really pain in the wrong place, yeah. If your wife is a narcissist, she's going to damage you and your children, yeah. So it's not just that she will be damaging you or hurting you. She will be damaging and hurting the children as well, yeah. But when it comes to the children, she is going to uh, hurt them and damage them so that they both can form a trauma bond. They both can be codependent on each other. They both can form a very unhealthy enmeshment, yeah. With husband, things will be different, yeah. The husband might not be that much connected to his narcissistic wife, because he sees that she's weird, she's toxic. But with children, they don't have that option, yeah, to leave or to isolate or keep themselves busy elsewhere. No, they will be relying, and they will be depending on their caregiver for a lot of things. And as a result of which, this narcissistic woman gets to condition them, brainwash them, and train them like her loyal, dedicated, devoted slaves. She has a lot of tricks up her sleeve, yeah. She might fail you know uh, with all of those tricks in her husband's case, but when it comes to kids, she's 100% successful in manipulating the kids, in brainwashing the kids, in parentifying the children, in guilt tripping the children, in uh, doing all sorts of nasty things with their children. These narcissistic mothers, they really don't care what their action is causing to their children. All what they're concerned about is supply. As long as the kids are able to give her what she wants, everything is okay. Tiny bit of crumbs will be thrown on and off, yeah. And poor kids, they really don't know what crumbs are and what healthy love looks like, yeah. So they misunderstand those crumbs for love, and they keep doing things for mom. The narcissistic mother, she's into rewriting history, yeah. She's going to rewrite the family history and project everyone as the enemy, and she the only savior and saint in the family who saved and rescued the children. She will project herself as the only reason why today the kids have everything and why today kids are happy. Yeah, she's going to, implant a lot of, fake narratives, fake memories. Yeah, and all of this is basically to manipulate the child. When a child is exposed to all of this manipulation from such a young age, do you think they're going to grow up to be, normal, healthy adults? No, they're going to be broken, dysfunctional individuals. Yeah, and they're going to suffer in their professional life, personal life. They keep suffering, at least till the time either they are, with the narcissistic mother, or till the time, they are in contact with her. She will keep on, negatively influencing, them, and controlling them and manipulating them. And all of this only ends when the kids decide to go no contact. All that gray rock, pink rock, blue rock, nothing works. Upholding boundary doesn't work, because she's the one who installed all those buttons, those trigger buttons. She knows how to get a reaction out of the son, out of the daughter. Yeah. So now coming to the, different problems, the sons face in their adult life, personal life, professional life. Those, adults who are raised by narcissistic mothers. The first, problem that they face is, self-doubt. And the seed of self-doubt is, sown by the narcissistic mother. Her constant undermining, his decisions, plants a deep, self-doubt in the sons. And the sons, begin to question his own choices, his own decisions. She keeps gaslighting him, and as a result of which, sons are in that state of doubt. They doubt their own self, they doubt the others, and they are unable to, do things confidently. Yeah, because they are unsure about the others, and they are, not confident about their own feeling, their own choices, their own decision. And the credit goes to the narcissistic mother. Yeah, she sows, the seed of self-doubt in the son. She never lets the son grow up to be, a healthy individual. So if he grows up to be a independent individual, if he grows up to be a confident individual, he might not, buy all the BS that she's throwing at him. Yeah, he will be difficult, to be manipulated. So, the best thing is start, gaslighting him from an early age, so that his growth gets stunted. He doesn't grow up to be a healthy man. He doesn't grow up with self-esteem, self-worth, confidence. He's all the time, doubting everything. And as a result of which, he keeps coming back to me. Yeah. So yes, narcissistic mothers are expert in planting, the seeds of, self-doubt in their son. And as a result of which, these sons, they have a lot of insecurity. They, lack confidence, and that, creates a lot of problem in their adult life, in their, romantic relationship. They suffer because of that. Yeah, and as a result of which, they either shapeshift or compromise, or don't push boundaries, or just get limited. Yeah, they are, not confident, so they really, don't push boundaries or do things, out of their way, or different from their league. Yeah, they are scared. Yeah, because his growth was stunted with regular gaslighting. Yeah, and all of it was basically done so that the son is dependent on the narcissistic mother. She doesn't want him to, become an independent individual. Independent individual means she's going to lose, her supply source, and that's not what she wants. The other problem faced by, the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is emotional armor. Yeah, these, boys, these adults, they are into, creating this, boundary, around their feelings and emotions. They don't, express their feelings and emotions, how they are feeling about things. They keep it hidden, concealed. And this, keeps them away from, establishing deeper, meaningful and healthy relationship and connections. Yeah, because they are not being themselves. They are scared, they are in doubt, they are scared. What if I tell her all of this? she might misuse me later, because he was misused, and abused by his narcissistic mother. And as a result of which, he builds a wall around his feelings, emotions. He is not, being himself. Yeah, because he fears being misused or abused or manipulated or, exploited. Yeah. So all of that, in a way, keeps him away from having healthy connections, having, trusting relationships, having healthy, and deeper, meaningful relationship with the others. Yeah, because he is in doubt. He doesn't want to express his vulnerabilities because he, fears, being, misused, judged, criticized, shamed, guilt tripped. So, he just, builds a wall, and, he tends to keep all of it hidden, and that's how he feels safe, in control. The other problem faced by, the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is guilt prison. Yeah, so narcissistic mothers instill a deep, seated guilt for, pursuing his own happiness. Yeah, she makes him feel guilty for pursuing his own happiness. Yeah, and this leads to a lifetime of self-sabotage, where he subconsciously avoids success and joy, because every time he prioritized himself, his happiness, his joy, his enjoyment, he was shamed, he was guilt tripped. Narcissistic mothers, shamed him, and told him that, I suffered so much, and you are such an ungrateful child, you're such a selfish and mean child, you are just enjoying things, you are just, enjoying your life, you hardly care about my sacrifices. She has a lot of tricks up her sleeve, and this is basically to instill guilt. Yeah, so that, he feels guilty for experiencing good, he feels guilty for wearing good clothes, he feels guilty for eating good food, he feels guilty for being happy, and as a result of which, he goes into this, self-sabotage mode, whereas in, he subconsciously avoids success, good things, enjoyment, joy, good times. He avoids all of that. Yeah, because every time he tried doing all of the things in the childhood, he was shamed, guilt tripped, and as a result of which, it's now embedded in him. Yeah, he by default thinks and feels that, it's not my right to enjoy, it's not my right to feel good. Yeah, and enjoy, success and enjoy good things. No, I don't deserve it. The only person who deserves all of these things is my mother. Yeah, so I should do things for her. I should keep myself secondary. Yeah, last. Let me not, take care of me. Let me first take care of her. Because every time these kids, I mean, the sons of narcissistic mothers, they tried prioritizing themselves. They tried, being themselves. They were shamed, labeled, you're mean, you're selfish, ungrateful, all of that. And, all of that instilled this guilt in them. And that's how these narcissistic mothers, train their sons to, betray their authentic self and be the version that pleases the narcissistic mother. Yeah, so guilt prison is also, something which these, sons are trapped in. Yeah, they by default feel that good things are not for me. Yeah, good things are for my mother, and that's it. Yeah, but for me, it's okay, I can do without it also. It's okay, as long as I'm able to do it for her. If she's happy, it's okay. My happiness, not needed. Yeah, me experiencing joy and, enjoying things, not needed. Yeah, she needs to be prioritized. Yeah, and as a result of which, they, start sabotaging their own self. Yeah, they start, withdrawing, from good things. They start avoiding good things. They start avoiding good, occasion, function. They start avoiding, good experiences, good tour, vacation. And, this is because of that, constant, reminder. I did this for you, I did that for you, and this is what you're doing. You're enjoying with your family, you're not prioritizing me, you are so selfish, I have suffered so much, and, you are prioritizing yourself. You should be prioritizing me and not your own self. Yeah, you should be, repaying me. Yeah, instilling this, guilt in the son. Yeah, giving subtle payback reminders, and as a result of which, the sons are, stuck in that guilt prison for the rest of their life. I mean, of course, if they come across a healthy woman, or if they, somehow decide to heal themselves, then of course things will change. But I mean, a major part of their life, they are trapped in that guilt prison, which has been, instilled and installed by their narcissistic mother. The other problem faced by, the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is fear of abandonment. Her conditional love teaches him that affection is always on the verge of being withdrawn. Affection, love needs to be earned. Yeah. If you are not, earning my love, you will be starved. Yeah, you will not get love elsewhere. Yeah, my love is the only love for you. Yeah, if you're going to do things your way, I'm going to withdraw all that love and affection. I'm going to throw silent treatment. And these poor kids, they starve, they need their mother's love and affection. They want their mother's care, they want their mother's attention. It's very important and essential for the kids development, but these mothers are into misusing that as well. And as a result of which, these kids, they develop this fear of abandonment that taints all his relationship. In all his relationship connection, he tends to do more. Yeah, he tends to people please, he tends to sacrifice himself and prioritize the other. Yeah, there is no healthy boundary. He is never able to prioritize himself. Why? Because he's scared of being abandoned. Yeah, and all of this goes back into the childhood, where the mother's love was conditional, her affection was conditional, and the child learned that I need to be of use, I need to earn her love and affection. And the same thing happens in his adult life as well. He believes that I need to be of use, I need to earn that woman's love, I need to earn that person's affection by doing things for her. Yeah, by not annoying her, by not making her angry. you know Things really get messed up, yeah, when you are raised by narcissistic parents. Yeah, especially when these sons are raised by narcissistic mothers, they are absolutely destroyed. So these sons, they have this fear of abandonment. They don't want to be abandoned, they don't want to be alone. So let me adjust, let me shape shift. Even if the relationship is toxic, let me just adjust and shape shift, and that's it. Yeah, they don't want to be alone. They don't want to lose whatever little love and affection they are getting. Yeah, and the credit goes to the narcissistic mother, her conditioning, her brainwashing. Yeah, the other problem faced by the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is identity crisis. So she constantly invalidates his individuality, his uniqueness. And what this does is that this in a way pushes him, I mean, pushes the son into adopting a false, you can say self, into adopting a false persona, something which, aligns with what my mother expects and wants out of me. Yeah, so the son doesn't completely embrace his, authentic self. He embraces a false, persona. Yeah, and all of it is basically to please the narcissistic mother. All of it is basically to secure his relationship with his mother. All of it is basically to get his mother's love and affection. And as a result of which, he is forever in this confused state. Even if he grows up to be an adult, he's confused as to who really he is. Yeah, because he is being someone who he is really not. And as a result of which, there is no peace on the inside. Yeah, uh, when we keep shape shifting, when we keep suffering from imposter syndrome, or when we keep trying to be like someone else, there is this lack of peace on the inside. Yeah, we are all the time in this rush to compete, or to be like someone else, to be like this person, to be like that person, or to be the version that pleases the narcissistic parent. And in that entire hustle, we genuinely feel that we are not at peace, and this is because we are not being ourselves. We are being a version that serves the narcissistic parent. You can only be, you know, at peace with your own self if you embrace your authentic side. Yeah. But if you are trying to be a version that pleases your narcissistic mother, are you going to be peaceful? I don't think so. Yeah, that unrest is going to be there. Yeah, and as a result of which, you are constantly, shape shifting. Yeah, either you are trying to be the version that pleases your narcissistic mother, or you are trying to be the version that pleases your boss, or you are trying to be the version that pleases your wife. Your sense of self was never allowed or nurtured to develop in a healthy way. Yeah, you were, kept away from discovering and embracing your authentic self, because if you become authentic, you will not buy their bullshit. You will say no to all their bullshit. You will go off hook. You will, start doing things your way. And that's not what they have bred you for. Narcissistic mothers breed for return. Yeah. So a lot of men suffer from identity crisis, and this is because of that, shape shifting, which they are, trained to do since a childhood. Yeah, they need to be the pseudo husband, they need to be mother's friend, they need to be mother's confidant, they need to be mother's, cousin, they need to play the role of mother's therapist, they need to play the role of mother's emotional toilet, they need to play the role of, punch bag. They are, put into a lot of various roles which they are not supposed to. Yeah. But do these narcissistic mothers care? No, it's all about harvesting supply. I have given birth to this child, and I will, siphon and get anything and everything that I want out of him. I'm not going to let him lose. Yeah. And these poor, children in their adult life, they suffer from identity crisis, and they keep suffering. They're never at peace on the inside. Yeah, because all the time they are trying to please the others, they are trying to shape shift. They never really get time to be themselves. And they are aware of it. It's not that they don't know. They know that I'm not being myself. I'm not, being 100% who I really want to be. And I'm just doing this to sustain the, circle, to sustain the relationship. I'm just shape shifting to sustain this connection, that connection. Yeah. And as a result of which, these adult children, these sons, they are surrounded by toxic dysfunctional individuals. Yeah, because they are all the time shape shifting. They don't have their own values, their own uniqueness, ethics that they go by. They are constantly shape shifting. Yeah, I'll become the version that pleases you. Yeah, but don't abandon me, don't leave me. Yeah, that's how things are. The other problem faced by sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is hypervigilance. These sons grow up to be adults who suffer from hypervigilance, and this is because of the unpredictable moods of the narcissistic mother. Yeah. The sons were trained to be hyper aware of her emotions, yeah, in the childhood, and as a result of which he is hyper aware of others emotions also. He's into monitoring others emotions, into he's into monitoring others emotional ups and downs. Yeah. And this leads to chronic anxiety. He suffers from chronic anxiety. He's never able to relax, because every time he's thinking what he's thinking, what she's thinking, how he's feeling, what she's feeling, have I messed things up, is she angry with me, is he angry with me? He's all the time worried about the others. Yeah, he's in that hyper vigilant state. And as a result of which he uh, constantly, you can say, anticipates conflict. He's scared of conflict. He doesn't want any argument, he doesn't want any conflict. So he's just walking on eggshells, shape shifting, and all the time trying to find out, is he angry with me, is she angry with me, do I need to shape shift, do I need to go out of my way and please her more and do this and that. And all of it is creating more of dysfunctionality in the connection and relationship. Yeah, because he's never relaxed. He's all the time worried what others are thinking, what she's experiencing, what he's experiencing. Yeah. And all of it is because of his childhood, the kind of conditioning he's been put through by his narcissistic mother. He was trained to take care of his mother's emotional needs. He was you know uh, never allowed to be in a peaceful state. Yeah, because this mother, narcissistic mother, she always controlled him with chaos, unpredictability. One time she's all cool and fine, the other time she's raging at him, she's manipulating him, she's abusing him, guilt tripping him. So she never lets him experience peace and calmness. Yeah, she creates an atmosphere where he's all the time hyper vigilant. Yeah. um, is my mom feeling all right? Is she in a good mood? Now let me shapeshift, let me do this, let me do that. Yeah, so these men, they suffer from hypervigilance. They grow up to be adult who have this problem. They suffer from hypervigilance and they are never able to relax. They suffer from anxiety and they're all the time worried what others will think, what others will say, what others are feeling. That's it. And they are simply disconnected from their own self. The other problem faced by the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is crippling dependency. Yeah, so by convincing him that he is incapable without her, she stunts his emotional growth. She doesn't want him to grow up to be a healthy individual, and as a result of which he is never able to make decisions independently. He is forever dependent on someone or the other, either on his wife or his girlfriend or his boss or his co-worker or his mother. Yeah, he suffers because of this. Yeah, and the mother is doing because she doesn't want to lose her supply source, but she is not concerned as to how all of that is going to affect and influence, negatively impact the son's adult life, his professional life, his love life. She's not concerned about that. Yeah, so this kid, this son, he's perpetually stuck in a childlike state of helplessness. Yeah, he's never able to make decisions. He always relies and depends on the others. Yeah, and this is because of his childhood. Yeah, the way how he was trained and conditioned in the childhood. Yeah, you can never do things right. If I don't get involved, you always mess up things. And the child learns that I need to depend on others rather than depending on my own self. He is not confident, he lacks self-worth, self-esteem. He is in this state of doubt all the time. So do you think he would be able to make independent decisions? No, he'll be shit scared. Yeah, he will always look for someone or the other to make the decision on his behalf. Yeah. The other problem faced by the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is distorted view of love. Yeah, I mean, the son grows up believing that love is distorted, the way how he experienced in the childhood, withholding love, silent treatment, manipulation, gaslighting, stonewalling. He thinks that that's what love is, and as a result of which he keeps getting into toxic relationship, toxic dynamic, and toxic connections. Yeah, and his suffering never really ends because he doesn't know what healthy love looks like. Yeah, because his role model was a narcissistic mother, and he has learned all of the wrong stuff from her. Yeah, based on the treatment that he got from her, his view of love is also distorted. He thinks that it's okay if someone withholds love and affection. That's in every relationship. Yeah, it's absolutely okay if she gives me silent treatment. It's absolutely okay if I'm guilt tripped. It's absolutely okay if I'm minimized. It's absolutely okay if I have to change myself. It's absolutely okay if I have to shape shift. It's absolutely okay if I'm being treated like an emotional toilet or a punch bag. And as a result of which he attracts dysfunctional, toxic friendship, toxic workplaces, toxic relationship, and his suffering never really ends. Yeah, so his distorted view of love makes him suffer more. yeah, whereas in he keeps, you know, expecting something good, something harmonious, something calm, and something quiet, but in the end he again gets, you know, all of the bad stuff. Yeah, I mean, somewhere or the other he craves, you know, calmness, somewhere or the other he craves the good stuff, but you know, he's unaware, he is unaware of what healthy love looks like and feels like. Yeah, and as a result of which he is surrounded by toxic and dysfunctional individuals. He is stuck in toxic dysfunctional relationship. He's dissatisfied, he's suffering. Yeah, he's not being seen and heard. He is experiencing anxiety. He is, you know, having problem expressing himself. He is, you know, burdened. He feels burdened. He feels, you know, suffocated. He feels choked. But he doesn't speak up, he doesn't reach out for help. Yeah, because he was never groomed, he was never trained to seek help. Yeah, and of course, you know, this is because of the narcissistic mother. She isolated him from everyone else. She never allowed him to reach out to others for love and affection and validation. Yeah, she kept on distorting, you know, things for him, and as a result of which he grew up into an adult with a distorted sense of self. He doesn't know who he really is. Yeah, and as a result of which his suffering never really ends. The other problem faced by the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is this perfectionist trap. Her unrealistic expectations led him to strive, you know, for unattainable perfection. Yeah, I need to please my mother, I need to win her love and affection, I need to be the best, you know, I need to be on top. And you know, all of this, you know, just, you know, gets this son more stress, chronic stress, burnout, and you know, the feeling that he's never good enough. Yeah, the narcissistic mother, you know, intentionally sets unrealistic expectations. Yeah, and that is basically to keep him in loop, keep him on hook. Yeah, if he's able to achieve something which she wants him to achieve, then she's going to, you know, push the goalpost. She's going to say, I know you have done it, but let me tell you, her son has done a lot more. She never did, you know, the things that I have done for you. Still, look at her son. He didn't get, you know, so much of things that I have given you, but look at her son. He's done more than you. So this is nothing. Just to tell you, I really don't want to dishearten you, but I just want to tell you that, you know, considering, you know, the things that I have done for you, this is nothing what you have done for me. Yeah, look at others' children. And this instills, you know, this strong belief inside of these, you know, adult children, these sons of narcissistic mother, that I'm not good enough. No matter what I do, I'm not good enough. Yeah, and I need to overdo. In the process of overdoing, in the process of, you know, attaining perfection, they burn themselves out, they suffer from anxiety, depression, and you know, the suffering never really ends. And the last problem faced by, you know, the sons who are raised by narcissistic mother is shame shadow. Her constant criticism ingrains a deep sense of shame, haunting him with the belief that he is inherently flawed. Yeah, which manifests in self-destructive behavior and lack of self-worth. So, you know, she keeps criticizing him, she keeps telling him he's not good enough, and as a result of which he grows up to be an adult who, you know, feels that he is inherently flawed, he's beyond repair, there's something genuinely wrong with me, because I always used to mess things up, I was never able to please my mother, and I'm never able to please anyone. There is something wrong with me. Others are not wrong, there's nothing wrong with the others, others are not bad, the problem is with me, I'm bad. And this, I mean, this feeling then manifests in a lot of self-destructive behaviors, you know, unhealthy, you know, coping mechanisms, unhealthy, you know, ways to numb and soothe oneself. Yeah, it manifests in a lot of different ways. I was also there My narcissistic parents used to tell me I was a worthless piece of shit, I was a waste, I was wasting their money, I shouldn't have been born, and this and that. And as a result of which, I used to, feel bad. I used to feel bad for the others. Yeah. When others used to, do things for me, I used to feel sorry and bad for them. Yeah. Because I felt that I did not deserve, you know, uh, such a thing. I did not, deserve the good treatment. Yeah. And this was because, it was instilled in me since childhood that I'm not good enough, I'm worthless. So anyone in my adult life, if they used to do good for me, I used to feel bad, I used to feel sorry for them. Yeah. And I used to, do more and more and more to, you know get over, that feeling that I had on the inside, that I'm not good enough. Yeah. I was unable to accept, people's, good treatment towards me. I felt that, I just deserved mistreatment. If someone treated me right, I was like, why is he treating me right? Why is she treating me right? So yes, these were different problems faced by, the sons who are raised by narcissistic mothers. In case if you would like to add in something, you can always comment below. Till then, take care of yourself. Lots of love and blessings to all of you. Bye.